Should we add bourbon?
No.
What? Bourbon's good with apples.
This is
just
not
a
a bourbon. No. Wait till it's done and then you
All right.
can decide.
Welcome to another episode of
Bitches in the Kitchen. I'm Janet.
I'm Chris. God, we sounded so in sync that time. You'd think we've done this once or twice.
What do you notice different about us today?
We've been doing this in the kitchen
Seriously.
for 2 years.
When we are in the kitchen, we should be wearing the most badass aprons ever created.
I always love a good apron. Do you like aprons?
Well-
Because I love aprons.
Well, here's the other side of it. If you're cooking in the kitchen and you get something on you, how
Pisses
pissed
me
off are you, right?
Our B, we're just kind of playing around with some images. Yes.
Fast forward on all that.
Okay, here we go. Today we are going to cook in the kitchen. We have new aprons to wear while we are cooking in the kitchen. Janet has this scrawny ass apple that we are going to use.
This is an apple that everybody would say throw away or feed to the squirrels. And as you know, I am an imperfect produce fan and or trash. I recycle food. Like, we can turn things that are most people's trash into something edible.
Our new YouTube channel, Trash to Treasures, Food by Janet.
We're going to turn this into something magical.
It's a scrawny ass apple.
You know what? This is going to be
fine.
one of those
Prove me
where
wrong.
you're going to be like, yeah, you're right. Like,
Prove me
that
wrong.
was delicious.
You know what I'm going to do?
Gee, let's look.
I'm going to make a drink.
Well, I did, just like all good cooking food shows, I've prepped ahead of time.
Oh my God.
Like, so here.
All right, what do we why don't you tell them what we're making?
So this is, I'm just chopping
God, you're the
apples.
worst.
This is the most country version, if you will, of applesauce. You could...
Country?
Well, yeah, because it's chunks. It's not going to be like... It's not going to be apples that you would feed your baby that has issues with digestion.
Is it gonna give me a texture issue? I'm
Oh.
making a drink.
I left these in the car. They're f***ing cold. Woo!
I'm gonna throw an apple in this
So,
drink.
here we
No
go.
idea what we're doing here.
Rustic, I guess, is a better word. When people use the word rustic when things are not chopped finely, it's a thing. I'm chopping the apples. Here we go.
I'm busy.
Make a drink, will you?
I am, but
All
I
right,
have
this
to-
is like the easiest thing. So here they are chopped. I personally leave it alone, throw it right in the microwave, and then do my magic. Do you want me to add sugar?
Well, I don't know. It's your project. I'm
Okay,
making a drink, looking up rustic.
Okay, I'm not going to add sugar right from the beginning. I'm just going to throw them in because these apples are Gold Rush apples from our local orchard, and they just have incredible flavor in and of themselves. So I'm going to just do it first round without. So
Okay,
while I
do we add anything?
maybe a little bit of water. That's it.
Should we add bourbon?
No.
Bourbon's good with
No.
apples.
This
It's
is
just
not
a
a bourbon. No. Wait till it's done and then you
All right.
can decide.
Well, I'm gonna make a drink. I'm gonna use a sweet bourbon today. You're
Done.
cooking. This is a rabbit hole bourbon, as we have talked about. The reason that I'm using a sweeter bourbon today is because this is an actual cocktail. This is not something we're going to drink neat. We're going to drink it over ice, except for right now. Well, Janet's going to do that. I'm going to use 2 shots. The disclaimer at the bottom is I've never made this drink exactly like this, so I'm going to add this last, but I want to talk about it first. I went to the store a week ago because I was hosting a dinner party. This particular cocktail recipe that I made, it doesn't matter, it called for grenadine. So I grabbed a bottle of grenadine off the shelf. Very first ingredient, because you know we read ingredients, high fructose corn syrup. That was basically it. High fructose corn syrup, a bunch of shit I couldn't pronounce, and food coloring. Janet's cooking apples. So then I decided to come home and make my own grenadine. So this is homemade grenadine.
Of course you did.
Those are not done.
Not yet.
Janet's back to cooking apples. So the thing about grenadine, seriously the simplest thing ever. All right, I'm gonna pause. While we are back, because we took a little intermission because my batteries are extremely in particular about filming.
And in the meantime, my apples have completed cooking, and I have employed like the most nostalgic tool that you may ever find in a kitchen. I don't think anybody uses this anymore.
I do too. I use
A
it every
masher?
time.
Well,
yes.
oh come on. Most people don't even know what the hell this is.
Most people
This
don't
used to
mash
be the
potatoes.
way people used to mash potatoes. This is probably 45 or 50 years old. It's a Cutco masher. My disclaimer is I left the skins on, which will be a no for her. You could have just taken the skins off, and also in all fairness. So I've just mashed it briefly. So this is kind of a baked apple with nothing in it. Technically, that's all applesauce is once you just throw it in something that pulverizes it with a bunch of sugar. So we're just making it chunky, or the culinary word is rustic. I'm just gonna go ahead
I call bullshit.
Wait, no skins. It's warm. Come on, that's just comfort food.
All right, that tastes
It's
good.
just a
Look.
Can you just say that again, please?
All right, yes, it's good and comforting, and it is warm, and I didn't have to taste the skin. Look how beautiful that is.
That is. Do you want to add sugar to this?
No, those are sweet enough.
It's super sweet. You could put some brown sugar on top and melt that in. You could maybe stream some honey on top of it. You could actually serve this over ice cream if you really wanted to. I personally love applesauce and some homemade cranberry sauce, and put them side by side, and then just kind of like a double scoop of ice cream. I eat them together.
Now, see, I would put cinnamon and nutmeg in it.
Yeah.
I would
Oh my
do
gosh,
that,
yes.
because otherwise this is just a mushy apple.
No,
But
it's a baked apple. There's a difference.
it's also interesting.
The old man apple was crying to be on film, so I gave him a chance. It's an imperfect, trashed apple that we turned into delicious food with lots of ways to ramp it up, whether it's with the nutmeg or the cinnamon or an allspice or a pumpkin spice that would be something that would match your tastes. Okay, now, so bourbon, grenadine, lemon juice, ice.
Ice and some soda.
Oh, a little bit of soda.
Has no sweet to it at all. You may not like it.
Oh, thanks for the toast.
Taste. Cheers.
It's good. That really is no sweet.
Yeah, there's no sugar whatsoever. My grenadine is not very sweet.
I kind of want it to be sweeter.
I know. Actually, that grenadine is pretty sweet.
Oh, really? Then you just need to... You know what this looks like? Did you ever see the drink as a kid called the brain hemorrhage? That's what this looks like. Oh, well then something else is taking over. Too much lemon?
Maybe. I only used one. That's better.
It needed to be stirred.
Yeah. It's good now. I drink most of my liquor, as you know, neat or with just vodka and soda. This all started because I made the grenadine. So this, as I said, I started with a sweeter bourbon. I wouldn't recommend a rye for this because it would have too much spice, probably. Used a little bit of just lemon juice. You could use fresh lemon juice. I just had this, so I used this. A splash. This is just a seltzer water, 0 calorie. You could use this has a cranberry lime. But the cranberry lime to this is so faint that you can barely taste it, so I wouldn't worry. You can use just a regular old-fashioned thing of club soda. About 1.5 of your grenadine, because again, this is the only part that you have the sugar. That's part of the fun, is just experimenting with stuff.
Okay, so what we need from you guys, opinions about the bee. Also, the Boomerette glasses, which we've used before. We don't make a big deal about it. We're gonna kind of recruit all of you, get this community really rock solid, male or female. Let us know what you think.
This is our life. This is what we want to do. We want to make cool shit.
We
So
want
it's a
to
choice.
invite you to our midlife celebration is what we really want to do.
Cheers to that. Anyway, we're done for today.
We're done.
See ya.
Watch me. Oh, shit.
God, as she cuts her left foot off.
That was my toe.
For those of you at home, this is not a professional cooking show.
My toe
Please,
just flew across the room.
please use more safety skills than what Janet just
That's
did.
why.
As she picks up the knife off the floor and just puts it right here. We don't
Oh,
rinse anything. We don't
before we
sanitize anything.
before
we don't
we-
do any of that. As a matter of fact, she's just currently bleeding on the floor with her toe that flew off while she dropped the knife.
Yes, it's because this is why
also
you
now-
sharpened it beforehand.
There's a hole in my hardwood floor
You
now
would-
where the knife hit.
Shut up.
It's okay. We're just going to cut these
5
apples.
second rule.